Okay, today we're going to be talking about how to ask someone to be your forward author. It's going to be really simple. We're going to go through this. I've got some emails in here to show you, and we're going to just go from there, okay? So, guys, we're going to do the who, the what, the how, the why, and the message. So let's go ahead and get into the who. Who do you want to write your book forward, okay? Do you want another professional, an author, a well-known MD, a celebrity, a mentor, or a patient to write your book forward? So I think I've talked about this before. I work with a local physician who is a Harvard graduate. He's actually going up to Harvard this week to teach for a couple of weeks. He's one of the best in the country as far as reverse total shoulders and different rotator cuff repairs. So he's offered to write a chapter in my book for shoulder pain. So I'll probably have him write a chapter and the foreword. So it gives the book instant credibility. I can put his name on the cover. He's known all over the country, and it's just going to help out with the sales of the book and giving me more credibility. Okay. I could have another professional, like say Greg Todd, if I wanted to write a physical therapy book. If we were going to do something, maybe we wanted a celebrity. So maybe there's a celebrity physical therapist. I don't know, Chris Johnson, Greg Todd, Jeff Moore, somebody. I think those would be celebrity types in our profession, or a real celebrity, like, I don't know, Dr. Dre is the only thing that comes to mind right now because I'm crazy, but a mentor, again, maybe I could have Greg Todd or my dad or someone that had mentored me write a book forward, or a patient. If this is all patient-centered books, and you're going to be giving them out in your clinic, and it's about how you help people with back pain, well then, a patient would be a wonderful person to write a forward for you. It's just not going to give your book as much credibility as far as if you put their name on the cover. So think about that when you do this, and really find somebody good. Okay. And then the what do you want them to write? So the first thing we want to know is, who are they? So how do they know you, and what's their experience with you? Okay. So Dr. Joe, certified orthopedic specialist, neck pain, Dallas, Texas, Spine Institute, whatever. I've worked with Jeremy for 5 to 10 years. He's treated hundreds of my patients. Everyone always likes him, and they get really good results. This is why I've decided to endorse his book. Okay. And then why should they listen to the person that's writing the foreword? Well, because it's a doctor. He's a spine specialist. He's Dallas, Texas. He's world renowned. He's done this, 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 and this. He's published this many articles. He's written these books. So why should they listen to them? Then they want to talk about, why is this book the one to solve your avatar's problem? Okay. This book's going to help you with back pain because it's going to help you learn how to walk, sit, stand, and sleep without pain, and go back to work and live a healthy, happy life. And then why am I the one to solve their problem? And then again, it goes back into how they know you and their experience. So why Jeremy would be a good person. You should really listen to this book because he's been a physical therapist for 11 years. He's treated thousands of people with low back pain. He has a 55, let's say he has an 80% success rate on treating low back pain. He's kept all these people from having surgery, things like that. Obviously, none of that's exactly true that I'm saying. I'm just telling you, but that's a good way to do it. Okay. And then the how. How should you ask somebody to write your foreword? Well, first of all, you should be professional. Okay. Especially if it's somebody you don't know. I wouldn't just walk up to any doctor on the street and be like, hey, Dr. Joe, can you write this foreword for me? But I would feel comfortable speaking to the 2 orthopedic surgeons that I talk to weekly, and the 2 PAs that I deal with weekly, and asking them to write a foreword for me, because I've fostered that relationship with them. Now, maybe it's somebody that you don't have a relationship with, and we're going to talk about this in the email section in just a second, but I'll go and get into it here in a little bit. Maybe it's somebody you just, let's say, like, one time I sent Jared Carter an email, who's a physical therapist in Austin, Texas, cash-based. He went to the University of St. Augustine, so we had that connection. And I reached out to him. I said, hey, Jared, like your stuff. You talk about what you do with your patients and how you give better care. What should I do to get better at what you're doing? And he actually responded. It was about a month later, but and he apologized for responding a month later, but he responded, and we kind of started off that way. But if you want to add value to them first, it would be really good. If you're going to, first off, you're going to say, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. And we'll talk about this a little bit more, but if you could say, hey, I'd love to have you on my podcast to show my audience what you're great at. I'd love to come on your podcast. If you have one, he actually does. Yeah, I'd love to send you a blog post, whatever, just something if you can add value to them. And then how do you ask? In person versus phone, email, message. So one thing that Greg Todd taught me is a conversation in person is better than a phone call. A phone call is better than an email or a message. So don't have a conversation with someone over email that you can have over the phone. And don't have a conversation over the phone with someone of conversation that you could have in person. So if you know the person, you see them, go to them and talk to them about it. Don't just call them or send them an email saying, hey, I'd really like for you to write my foreword. It's just going to be a lot better in person, okay? So why? Why should they write a foreword for you? Well, first off, you're going to send them your book and show them that it is a good book. And then you are the authority to solve this problem, and your book does solve it. Because you don't want to say, I've written, like I have right here, guys, I have my plans for the course. I have them in my little notebook here, and I have all the videos written out. But I can't say that this is a book on how to self-publish, okay? I'm going to write that book. It's going to be based off this course, but I can't say this is my book. So I have to have it done and send it to them. You can send it in a PDF, or if you want to print out a copy, if you can afford it, you're only going to ask a couple of people. That's great. But by all means, definitely send them the PDF. Share your story and your passion. Why am I passionate about doing self-publishing? It's because I want others to be able to self-publish, and I want them to be seen as the expert in their field, okay? Everybody in my course, I want you to be able to be the authority and the expert in your area and in your geographic area as well, and get more patients and serve more people. And I want to serve thousands more people without actually having to put my hands on them, because I realize that I am limited by the people I can see in a day, in a week, in a month, in my lifetime. So that's why I share your story and your passion. Mail the book to them with a personal letter if you can. Hey, Dr. Barton, who's the doctor I'm talking about, here's my book on shoulder pain. I'd really love for you to write the foreword for it. Here it is without your foreword. Look at it. Let me know if you like it. If you don't, please tell me why. Things like that. Okay. And then, or email it to them with a personal letter, PDF. Okay. Message. Here's the process. Now, guys, I didn't come up with this process. A lot of the stuff I get comes from Kindlepreneur, Dave Chesson, and he's going to be on my podcast pretty soon. But this came from a link from his website or something. I can't remember. I think I might have just Googled forward letters. But send the first email or call, just compliment what they're doing. And you're going to see, I'll read the email to you in just a second. Second email is an ask plus a PDF copy plus some exposure. Offer them some exposure, okay? And then the third email is the follow-up. So let's just get right into that. So, Dear David Bailiff, this is the email. This is the ask. The title of this is I Love Your Book. I have really enjoyed your latest book, The Winning Mindset for the Mobile Entrepreneur. I like the chapter about leaving everything I have on the table for my clients. It's nice to read another physical therapist who is passionate about serving his patients in a special way. Great work. Hope you have an awesome day. Thanks for writing the book. So I didn't ask for anything. I just made contact with him. Okay. Now shouldn't feel slimy. If it does, rewrite it or do something different. However you really feel comfortable doing it. Okay. We don't want this to be slimy or weird or awkward or anything. We're just telling them we appreciate them. Okay. And then maybe about a week later, you say, Hey, David, writing my own book about servant PT. I believe our patients all deserve to be served at the highest level. My book is ready for publishing, and I was hoping to have you write the foreword for it. It would mean a lot to me to have someone like-minded to write my foreword. I'll include your name on the front cover of the book and link to your book on the outside of the book, on the inside of the book, as well as have your business and contact information in the book for others to follow. I've included a PDF copy of the book, the front and back cover, and 3D mock-up for you to view. I'll also send you a free copy of the book once it is published. This would mean so much to me if you would write the foreword. Thank you, Jeremy. So now we've told him, we've actually asked him what we want. We've told him what we're going to do. We're going to give him some exposure because we're going to put his name on the front cover. We're going to put all of his information in the back, and we're going to send him a copy. So that's the second one. And then wait a week later, and you're going to send email number 3. Hey, I wrote to you about writing a foreword for my upcoming book, The Servant PT. Did you get the email? Please let me know if you have any questions regarding my request. Please feel free to email me anytime with any questions. Thank you, Jeremy. So this would be email number 3. We're just going to say, hey, I hope you got the email, and if you have any questions, reach out to me. Okay? So that's how to ask for a foreword. Those are the 3 emails. I'll also put the link to these emails in the comments in case you can't see them very well. Just use this. Make it your own, okay, guys? And just really get out there and ask somebody. You might want to ask 3 or 4 people, but I would give it a week or so on each person and then move along, because we don't want to be held up unless it's an amazing person, unless you can get like Donald Trump or somebody like that, Barack Obama, to write your foreword, then, let's go ahead and get it out there. But If it's somebody like that and they're saying, give me a week or two or a month, then yeah, I would wait for it. So hope that helps. Next, we're going to be getting into how to ask for reviews. It's pretty much a very similar process, but we'll go through that really quickly. Thanks, guys.